Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tom here from Electric Games and welcome to a new video speculating the rumours of a possible fourth installment of the Witcher games, and if it will appear in 2022. The game we all know and love, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It doesn't matter if you chose to romance Yennefer or Triss, if you patronised or guided Ciri, or preferred Dijkstra over Jaskier. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt in its full glory is among the best games ever made. I remember telling my friends that I was playing the game, and by this point I was a few years late to the party. They told me that I was in for a treat, only they used more expletives to convey their affection of the game. I soon saw what all the hype was about, and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt surpassed Skyrim to become the game I love most too. The truth of the matter is that at least for today, most of CD Projekt Red's resources are still being directed towards Cyberpunk 2077, especially seeing as the game had a disastrous launch back in January. Yet for those not interested in urban gang warfare and futuristic guns, our itch to see more of the Witcher gaming series is still burning, and we wonder when it will ever be soothed. Seeing as the second season of the Netflix series is premiering in just a few weeks, our craving for more Witcher content has been galvanised further. Hearing Doug Cockle, the voice actor who plays Geralt of Rivia in Horizon Zero Dawn, made things a lot worse for me. It was nostalgia turned torture. So what do we know about a Witcher 4 game? It's been 6 years since the award-winning Witcher 3 was released, and any work on the series since has focused on releasing the game on the Nintendo Switch, and bringing it up to speed with the Xbox Series X and S and the PlayStation 5. The re-release, which looks to release on both consoles and coming potentially before Christmas, will feature all DLC packages, and will include extra items redundant of the Netflix series, and even features HD modded content built by Witcher's superfans. Oh yes. And it will likely avail itself of 9th generation hardware and play in 4K and 60 frames per second. I first played Wild Hunt in 1080p and 30 frames per second, and I fell in love with it. Playing it in 4K and 60 frames per second along with ultra fast load times and all the content included sounds to me like a spiritual experience. For those with an itch to scratch, a Generation 9 complete edition of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt will likely provide relief for a while. It's understandable that the Wild Hunt wants to rest for a second. The game took almost 4 years to create, with plenty of bugs to ameliorate, nearly 500,000 words of dialogue to track and an even larger scale of map to depict. This game is huge. It has a narrative born from masterful writing that culminates in over 40 different scenarios. Talk about non-linear. You just don't rush to supersede games of this calibre, and Geralt's story deserves to sit on the pedestal and have a breather for a minute. Sure, I don't think the situation will be as lengthy as Metroid Fusion, which took 19 years to attain a direct sequel to that game took 19 years. But we can't see CDPR rushing to stack the shelves with more Witcher content. So what does this mean for a potential Witcher 4 game? We know that a new Witcher based title is coming, but it will be set apart from the initial gaming trilogy. 3 is 3. You can't have 4 games in a trilogy designed to conclude in the 3rd act. Either way, a concept has so far been settled on within the ranks of CD Projekt Red, and development is rumoured to have begun on said title. The studio still looks to release another AAA game by 2021, but unless a surprise entry is impending, the release date will likely be at some point in 2022 instead. Ambiguity aside, that date does not look like it will be fulfilled, but from the sound of things, another game within the Witch universe is within our grasp. This touches on some paramount information here. If we are expecting a Witcher 4 game that directly continues the tale of Geralt and Ciri, Marcin Iwinski, CDPR co-founder, tells us in other words that we may want to revise our expectations. A game set in the Witcher universe is inevitable and Geralt may well feature, but his tenure ostensibly ended in the Wild Hunt's DLC packages, Blood and Wine and Hearts of Stone. You don't spend over a decade creating a realm of lore only to leave it to gather dust, but it might be time to pass the torch to another incipient legend. Geralt may be a mentor or even closely related to this Slavic hero, but the tale of the Witcher must at some point progress onto a younger life. Who knows, we could all be wrong on this, but the chances are that the 4th AAA Witcher title will lean towards a fresh face lead. At the end of the day, some things are just not destined to protract, and Geralt has already aged into a white-haired beast, albeit a mature one. His time as a famed bounty hunter is unequivocally ending. Also, if you can recall the canonical ending of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, you'll know that to place Cirilla as the protagonist of the next game might be somewhat contradictory. Part of the Witcher game series charm is an upgrade in a modest but ever powerful Geralt, his magic and his weaponry. There is no enhancing Ciri lest she destroys the entire universe. Elder Blood can't really be improved any further. It is the zenith of magical power and trumps any trifling weapon made of silver. The explosion site in Skellige corroborates on this. Irrespective of what we think could happen, we know the enigmatic aura surrounding CDPR leads to magnificently complex publications like the Wild Hunt. Perhaps the same unpredictability will extend to what many of us would just love to see, a final tale as Geralt. Daniel created it this year as James Bond. There is nothing to say Doug Cockle couldn't reprise his role as well. Thank you very much for watching this speculation video on the possibility of a Witcher 4. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like more of what we have to offer, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button to keep notified as to when we upload a new video. Also, feel free to like the video and leave a comment with any creative feedback that you may have for us, or what your opinions are on the likelihood of a Witcher 4. Anyway, that's all for now, so I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will see you all in our next video. Farewell and stay electric.